Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, Cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you a great little recipe. It's my sliced beef with oyster sauce and straw mushrooms. A really nice, easy budget stir fry to do. Alright, let's get on with it. Let's put in 500 grams of sliced beef. Now I've bought that from my supermarket pre-sliced. It costs you around about the same as buying a piece of meat and cutting it up yourself. And it's going to save you that little bit of time. You can use a stroganoff mix if you like. Now I'm going to add in around about 1 teaspoon's worth of sugar straight on top, and we're going to give that a little bit of a stir through, just like I'm doing right there. As I add an ingredient to this, we give it a good stir. 1 tablespoon's worth of a very good quality soy sauce, unnaturally brewed. I think you can work out the brand from that, so we're going to give that a little bit of a what for. And I'm also going to add in around about 1.5 teaspoons worth of cornstarch or corn flour. That can go in, and that's going to give us a nice little coating on our pieces of meat. We're going to make sure we get rid of all of that into the bowl, give it a good stir through just like that, nice and easy. And I'm going to leave that between 15 minutes to half an hour. So here I've got 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock, and I'm going to add in around about a tablespoon's worth, maybe add a little bit more again, of some cornstarch or corn flour, depending on what part of the world you are in. I'm going to set that aside. A little bit of vegetable oil can go straight into our wok, just like that. And I'm going to add in just a dash or two of some sesame oil. It's going to give this beef a really nice flavor. Okay, that can go in. We're going to bring that up to a really nice high temperature, and what we want to see is our wok smoking a little bit, and then we can start adding our beef in and stir frying that through. Now what we want is a medium rare type cook on this meat. We don't want to overcook it. We just want to get that real nice tender point. Alright, so we're just going to put those in, stir that around, and make sure you drop a piece of meat on the bench, otherwise you are not doing it right. So we're just going to move those around, keep it moving. We don't want any burnt bits, and we don't want this meat to stew if we can possibly avoid it. I'm going to add in a little bit of ground white pepper, not traditional for this meal, but I like that little bit of a kick it gives. Alright, so I'm just going to stir that around. Here I've got 1 400-gram can of straw mushrooms that I've bought from my local Asian supermarket. I've just basically strained and given them a little bit of a rinse to get rid of that brine, and given them a little bit of a cut in half or so they will sort of mix in with this beautiful stir fry dish that we're doing. Alright, and they're not that expensive to do, they're not that exotic, they are readily available, and even some supermarkets will keep them on the shelf as well. So let's keep moving those mushrooms and that beef around, just like I'm doing right there, and the smell in the kitchen is already amazing. I'm going to add in around about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons worth of oyster sauce. That can go straight in just like that. And if you haven't tried using oyster sauce before, why not? It is an amazing little ingredient. So just stir those through like I'm doing there. Now I'm actually cooking this in real time at this point. We're not doing any editing, so bear with me. Just keep watching. I'll show you how quick and easy this meal is to do. Have you subscribed to KP's Kingdom? Why not? You can subscribe to this and watch some amazing videos and some amazing recipes. We've got over 900 recipes up on this channel already. Okay, so keep stirring that through just like I'm doing right there, and we don't want to try and let that sit there and stew. We want to try and keep as much moisture into that meat and the mushrooms as possible, but we want to get some heat into those mushrooms as well. Okay, so we're just going to stir those through just like that, and this is such an easy and tasty recipe to do, nice and mild. The kids will love it because it won't be too spicy for them. Right, as you can see, we've added very few ingredients, and we'll just let the ingredients do all the talking. Okay, so I've got some spring onion I'm going to be throwing in a second. Now I use the white of the spring onion at this point, and I'll leave the green bits for a garnish right at the end. Right, we're just going to put those in, let them get their flavour in, and make sure you drop your little onion bowl into the wok, otherwise you are not doing it right. If you're new to this channel, you probably don't realise, yes, I do have multiple sclerosis and my hands don't grip things as well as they should. Okay, so the joke is, yes, I do drop things, ends up on the bench, ends up in the wok or the pot or whatever, and yeah, that's just life for me. So just kick back and enjoy it, and if I can create such an amazing dish like this, well, you can too. All right, now we've turned our wok down just a little bit. Things were getting a little bit too hot there, so we're just going to let that sit there and go. And I've got my chicken stock and cornstarch little slurry ready, and what we can do is start pouring this over the meat in a second once Mrs. KP has finished getting some nice rice noodles all separated on the other side of the kitchen. Okay, so Mrs. KP is doing that. I'm going to keep mixing this through, making sure it doesn't sit there and stew, and we're getting ready to finish this meal off. Very, very simple. Okay, so once again, we've just put that meat in, let that cook off. We're going to go for a medium rare style cook on this one. Mrs. KP is going to come to the rescue any minute now with our rice noodles. Now, have you hit that notification bell to be notified every time a new video goes up? And that is 3 times per week, and every recipe is different. Some are good, some are bad, some are entertaining, and some are really educational. Okay, so we're just going to let this cook down. We're only at the sort of 7.5 minute mark. In goes the rice noodle. Get that stirred through, and that's going to pick up a little bit of that oyster sauce and a little bit of sesame oil and that little bit of pepper that we've put in. As I said, it's a very simple tasting meal, but really, really tasty. Okay, so just keep stirring those through. Let's finish this meal off. I'm sick and tired. Okay, let's get it going. In goes our cornstarch slurry, like that, with our little bit of chicken stock. And we're just going to stir that through. Now this is going to thicken up quite quickly. It doesn't take very long at all, only around about 90 seconds or so. I want to finish this off with a bit of greenery, and I'm going to add in some baby spinach into our absolutely amazing little stir fry meal like this. Now, stir fry that through, won't take very long, and before you know it, you will be able to serve this one up. Now, how easy was this one to do? I'd love to see you try and make this one at home. It doesn't cost a lot. It's quite budget in effect, and it will feed a family quite easily. If you want to pad it out a little bit more, just add more noodle. Okay, right, thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence, should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Leave a comment. I love reading, love responding to them. Share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We're trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. More importantly, if you want to learn how to make something a little bit new, something a little bit different, just like this one, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I'm off to eat my sliced beef with oyster sauce and straw mushrooms, and I will catch you next time. Bye!